Hi everyone, and welcome to TWF Friday Night Smackdown. I, Gorilla Monsoon, here with Mike Lane and with Wade Barrett. And today on Friday Night Smackdown, we have a good show here today on Friday Night Smackdown. Yesterday on Friday Night Smackdown, yesterday on Impact or Hit, my mistake, we saw Asuka and Braun Strowman go at it. And Asuka beat Braun Strowman, and she is still the TWF heavyweight fighter. Well, we did see that happening yesterday on Impact or Hit, Gorilla. And I'm going to say, Mike Lane says, Asuka seemed to be starting to become a unyieldable, unbeatable, unstoppable TWF heavyweight fighter. First off, Gorilla and Mike, the first thing I'm going to tell you right now is that it's early. Asuka's only been the TWF heavyweight fighter for maybe like a month and a half. I mean, to be honest with you, she could lose at any time. There's Arrow, there's Taylor, so she could lose at any time. Yes, did it ever come to you, Wade, that Asuka might be ready for Arrow, that she might be ready for Taylor? Miss Galled in the boundary? I guess it didn't come to you, you know. Yeah, it did come to me that Asuka would be ready for Arrow, that she would be ready for Taylor. But I'm saying she could lose it to Arrow. She could lose it to Taylor, even if she's ready or not. You know, kind of like how you thought you were ready for the Big John Studd body slam dare, or you thought you were ready to, stop Big Van Vader from beating up on two Fight Keepers and Savio Vega, and what happened there, don't you? Yeah, Wade, just like you thought you were ready all those times that you won the WWE Interland Body Winnings, and then lost it. So would you stop? Well, Mike Lane said it is all true about who's ready, who's not ready for things. But I know one thing, we got to get ready for a go to the ring now, Mike Lane says. Well, Gorilla Monsoon says, you could be right about that. Wade Barrett might be taking over where Alfred Hayes and Nigel McGuinness left off at. He might be taking over for Alfred Hayes and Steven Regal and Nigel McGuinness, but he is being as not as good as they are. Hey, today is going to be a good day for me, because today, if I can stand in the middle of the ring or I can't stand in the middle of the ring, today is going to be the day that sorry for saying that, I yield in my gal in the boundary winnings here today against Asuka. Asuka, you tell everyone that no one's been ready for you since the end of 26 between FYL. When you came to the Toy Wrestling Gathering, you've been telling folks that have not been ready for you since 25th between FYL when you came to WWE. But I'm here to tell you, Asuka, I will be ready for you. And I will be the TWF heavyweight fighter by the end of Friday Night Smackdown. Well, here comes Asuka coming to the ring now, Gorilla Monsoon says, and Taylor truly believes in herself. Well, Taylor's got to believe in herself, Mike Lane says. If she does not, then who is going to believe in her? Mike Lane says, well, if Taylor was wise about it, she would hold it for the rest of the year and then yield it in, Wade Barrett says. This is dumb. Who knows when she'll ever get a shot for the Toy Wrestling Gathering heavyweight winnings, Wade Barrett says. Who knows, Gorilla Monsoon says, but you don't know if it was good or bad. If Taylor wants to yield it in today, that's her choosing. She does know if she loses, she might not be another shot for the TWF heavyweight winning. So once, Wade, you did say something wise. And Mike Lane, you're right about that. Taylor has to believe in herself, because if she doesn't, who will? So you say that you want to face me for the TWF heavyweight winnings? You think that you're woman enough to beat me and win a strap that goes back to between 93 YL with Earthquake, a WWE Hall of Onlooker, whose doll that we had from between 93 YL to between 98 YL, and we need to get back one day, but it's never going to happen. Yeah, I'm willing to yield my gals in the boundary up against you, Asuka. I believe I am woman enough to beat you. And I will win the TWF heavyweight winnings that goes back to 31 or 32 years ago with Earthquake, of all folks. And that was a Band-Aid. Or yeah, it was. Oh, yeah, Asuka says. Now I can think back of how times have shifted and we got true straps now. Well, I onlook your boldness and your fearlessness. But I do not think that you will beat me, Taylor Berrigan. Okay, woo! Alright, Ric Flair says, I guess I gotta make this happen now. And as the main overseer of the Toy Wrestling Gathering, which I guess we gotta put something underneath the ring. Can't stand up very well unless you need a stand. Should start putting little, I don't know, clean. Gotta put some kind of sheets underneath there. Anyway, today we will see Taylor Berrigan fight Asuka for the TWF heavyweight winnings here today on Friday Night Smackdown, and this happens now. Well, Gorilla Monsoon says we are making yesteryear here because Taylor hopes to become the TWF heavyweight fighter. She hopes to be the one to beat Asuka and win the TWF heavyweight winnings. Gorilla Monsoon says, and now we can get the Fight Lord in the ring. And the Fight Lord hasn't. This is the one who likes to fall over all the time. This match is for the TWF heavyweight winnings. First, she is Taylor. And she is the TWF heavyweight fighter, the Kaiserin of tomorrow, Asuka. Ding. First off, Asuka want to come right at Taylor, and Taylor Berrigan just knocked down Asuka with that round kick. Gorilla Monsoon says, well, Mike Lane says she's getting ready now. Oh, and she just did the overkick, Mike Lane says. She already did a hold from Savio Vega, from Shawn Michaels, and now she's going to do Randy Savage to hope to win this here. Well, what's she going to do? Bret Hart sharpshooter next, Ric Flair's follower 4, Hulk Hogan's leg drop, Steve Austin stunner, The Rock's bottom, the Stone's bottom, who knows? 1, 2, and a kick out. Well, I don't know if she's going to do all the end holds to all of those wrestlers or not, Wade Barrett. But I know she's not going to do your end hold. I could tell you that too. Oh, and Asuka just knocked down Taylor. And now Asuka right now spinning and knocked down Taylor again. What's that to mean? She's not going to do my end hold, Gorilla Monsoon. I mean, I don't see anyone going around doing skyship spins like you did when you were in the ring, wrestling all those years. With your mouth wide open, a big smile on your leer. Look, Asuka's doing it. Well, for your need, Asuka's doing my skyship spin. And for you need to know, Wade Barrett, I did it to Muhammad Ali, and I hadn't seen him since that day I did it to him. you know. So would you stop, Wade Barrett? Well, anyway, Wade Barrett. Anyway, Gorilla Monsoon, Mike Lane says. Taylor's in the Oscar lock now. Will she yield, Mike Lane says. I don't know, Mike Lane. I've seen Oscar make many a man and many a woman yield to her Oscar lock since 2026 between FYL when she came to the toy wrestling gathering. But will Taylor be on the list of those folks that yielded to that hold? Wade Barrett said, you can't do it, Taylor. Think. You got to become the TWF heavyweight fighter. Ding, ding. Oh. Here is your winner and still the TWF women's heavyweight fighter, Asuka. And now Asuka is still the TWF women's heavyweight fighter, and she beat Taylor Aragon. You know, she beat Taylor Aragon here today on Friday Night Smackdown, Gorilla Monsoon says. Well, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to tell you right now, Wade Barrett says, I truly believe, like I said before, that it was Taylor Aragon's mistake to yield in her Galvin the Boundary, knowing that if she lost, she wouldn't be the TWF heavyweight fighter. And now she can go back to all her friends and Stargate Atlantis or Stargate Atlantis and whatever, and she can tell them how she's a loser, Wade Barrett says. Well, Wade, a lot of folks would think that even though she lost a match, that still makes her a winner in my book. Because, you know, she lost clean and she lost strong, Gorilla Monsoon says. That's right, Wade Barrett. Yeah, that's right, Gorilla. I think Taylor is going to get a lot of onlook from everyone here in the toy wrestling gathering for the match she put in. And hopefully Asuka has onlook for her too. Now, alright, Gorilla Monsoon says, take it away, Michael Cole. Thank you, Gorilla Monsoon. I'm going to be talking with Taylor Aragon here today on Friday Night Smackdown. Alright, Taylor. Stand up. Stand up. Come on. Alright, Taylor. I understand you did not win the TWF heavyweight winnings, and it must not be good to see that happen. But however, I believe you got the onlook from the TWF followership. You got that right, Michael. You got that right, Michael Cole. I did not win the TWF heavyweight winnings, and that is true. And some folks might call me a loser for not winning, but I don't think so. I put in a good match. Yes, I won fairly and cleanly and strongly too. And I have a lot of onlook for Asuka, the Kaiserin of tomorrow. And I hope that Asuka has onlook for me too. Well, some folks out there might scathe you and say that you should not yield as your galled in the boundary right, and knowing that you may never get another seek to fight for the TWF heavyweight winnings. Oh, folks are going to guilt and shame and scathe. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, I know that what I did when I won galled in the boundary, you know, I know what I did in that match. I know that one day I will be fighting for the TWF heavyweight winnings again. So I want to tell Arrow good luck, because Arrow's going to need it. And if either Asuka or Arrow, I want to have another match for the TWF heavyweight winnings. All right, that's my talk with Taylor. That's my talk with Taylor. You know, back to you, Gorilla Monsoon and Mike Lane. Well, thank you, Michael Cole, for talking with Taylor here today on Friday Night Smackdown. And that's all the time we got here for Friday Night Smackdown. I, Gorilla Monsoon, with Mike Lane and with Wade Barrett, we hope you like Friday Night Smackdown, and we'll see you tomorrow for Collision.